The sound of monsters dying in the morning. Nothing better. Welcome back. Here with Carmel again. We did quite a few things between episodes. And first thing we kind of set up and show off here is this mob grinder. So let's kind of check it out. I'm gonna got an on and off switch down here, except for it's not working 100% quite yet. I'm gonna do that quick so we can clear all the monsters out of here. And then we will show you how this is working. Come on, go please, die. Alright, well, while he's dying, okay.
Got him.
Okay, I'll go fix this. Alright. So, what we've got going on here, we're using quite a few mods. Well, I guess mostly just open blocks and extra utilities too, to set up this grinder. So we've got the open blocks fan, which pushes entities even through blocks. So we've got these set up along here. We've got this cursed earth, which is from extra utilities too. Oh, we have a hole right here. That's okay. I don't think monsters can get down there. Anyway, and then we're using these. These are the diamond spikes from extra utilities. They kill monsters and do player drops, so as if the player is killing them, which is important because we are spawning blazes in here, and you don't get blaze rods if you're not getting the player drops. If they die without players killing them, they don't drop blaze rods. So we are in a ender forest biome, which is part of the open terrain generator. You can use the nature's compass to find them. And the reason we're doing it here is because the vast majority of the mobs that spawn in this are endermen, so we can use this as a ender pearl farm as well as a blaze rod farm. So this is a distributed mob spawner, and the way you get these is you take a drop of evil, which is a mob drop from wither skeletons, and you right click on a vanilla mob spawner, and then you can place it and turn it on and off with redstone power, which is pretty sweet. Probably be doing some other mob farms with it too. And then if you put the cursed earth on dirt or grass, you'll create this cursed earth. Now, be careful, because when you place it down, it spreads very quickly. We didn't have our cobblestone buffer here, and it turned most of this plateau area into cursed earth. And what this cursed earth does is when it's dark, it spawns very rapidly. It spawns mobs, and it does that. The mobs are extra fast and a little tougher than normal. So it was bad news bears for sure. Anyway, so once we turn these lights off, mobs will start spawning very rapidly in here. The fans will blow them into the diamond spikes, which will kill them, do their mob drops, and then these vacuum hoppers will suck up all the goodies down below. So we've got it set up so that with that flick of the switch, we turn off the lights, turn on the blaze spawner so we get blazes spawning, and we turn on the fans to blow everything. So just to kind of show you, I've just got some torches underneath the fan block, and they're turned off with this lever here. And then this lever goes up and turns on. There's another torch up there that's turning on the mob spawner, and you can set the mob spawner to turn on. You can have it be always on, turn on with redstone, turn on when redstone is off, and then redstone pulse, always on, redstone off. So we want it redstone off because we have this redstone torch that we will turn off, and it will turn on the blaze spawner at the same time that we darken the light so that the other mobs can spawn here. So, and then we running this line up here, up a pillar of redstone torches to the roof to turn on lights. So I'm going to flip the switch, and they're going to start spawning pretty quickly here. We're also using this dark ineffable glass, which is from extra utilities. You need moonstone to get it, but it allows players to walk through and not mobs. And the dark version of it doesn't let light through, so that way it's completely dark in there. Anyway, you see it working pretty quickly. Picking up all this stuff. Another thing we're using is we have this security craft camera set up in the corner here so we can watch them die. And turn on night vision so we can see it in all its glory. It's beautiful. Collecting all the goodies. You see they're like zipping around, like this blaze down here. It's zipping around really quick. That's one of the buffs they get for spawning on this cursed earth. Anyway, that is our little mob grinder we've got set up. I think we're going to go ahead and go back to the base and we'll show off some of the things we did over there. Alright, see you there. Alright, we're back over here at our little village. As you can see, we've done a little work over here. Built the little mechanic shop. It's empty right now, but we're producing some fuelium for our Mr. Crayfish vehicles, so we can fuel up our partially built warehouse here. We moved the ender chest for the deep dark over here. After we get the ore processing set up over here, we'll talk about a few things. We might go show you a couple changes we made over there in the deep dark as well for our mining operation, just to make it more or use less fuel. We set up a windmill down there so that it doesn't need fuel. It can keep going, right? So we're going to set up the ore processing. What I've kind of done here is I've pre-set up these multi-block structures. They're from the magnetic craft. We're going to set those up today so that we can start producing or automating our ore processing. As you can see, the facility is not quite finished. We're going to kind of have any resources coming in by train. We're going to set up some railcraft stuff in a future episode. Come in here. It's going to be a storage yard, offload area where it'll dump stuff into a sorting area underneath here, where it'll either send it over to be sorted and processed in our warehouse, or brought over here to our ore processing, or along the back there we'll do kind of a manufacturing area where we'll do a printing press, or the plate press, the lathe machine from Industrial Newell, and a few other machines to automate that. To start, let me actually break this here. So to do these multi-craft, or the magnetic craft and multi-block structures, you make these blueprints, which is usually an item and then a piece of paper. This makes a sieve. That's it. And I'm actually going to put it here. Sorry. Let me clean this up. So the output on these blocks here is on the bottom of the block. So we've got the space underneath here to run our conveyor belts that we're going to set up to automate this. So once we place these down, they kind of show you exactly what block you need to place down to build them, which is really nice. Instead of most mods that multi-block, you just have to look up a wiki or whatnot. But this, you place the blueprint down. Not only does it tell you, show you kind of graphically what's going on there, but also it has this kind of, which, I have shaders on, so it kind of, it's hard to read, but it tells you what it's expecting at which location kind of stuff. So over here, I've already gathered what we need to set these up. So let's go in here. We need some machine blocks, some corrugated iron machine blocks, iron grate machine blocks, and striped. And these are all compatible with JEI, so you can go look up the recipes for those and whatnot. But so we'll start here with the grinder. So with the grinder, I'm just going to place these down, these machine blocks. See how it kind of gives you the ghost. Now, if I was to place a different block there, it still shows you the ghost in the middle there, which is nice. So you can, which will come into play here in a second. I'll show you how there's some tricks to this, but we'll go and place these here. Grates, corrugated metal. Oh. And then this needs the copper coil on the bottom. And then machine lock. I like the way that they've set this up too, because these different parts that you use kind of matches in the multi-block model, which is pretty nice. So once you've got it all in there, you see that the text goes away over the control block here. And if you right click on it, it builds the machine for you. And these look pretty dang awesome, I think. So I like how that works. Instead of just being kind of a generic blocky thing, it actually adds in the bigger structure, but it's it's not cheap to make, but it pays off in the end. So let's do one side, and then off camera I'll build the other side. So here we place the machine blocks. Now this one you see is this support column. Now the support column is directional, so if I start placing it facing this direction, you can see it's still in there, which is a little confusing. But we can come in here, place from the bottom. I'll go to pick up those ones down here. So we'll need them. Now you see the ghost went away. So if you put these down, even if it looks like it's the same direction in the ghost thing, if it's not there, or if the ghost block is still there, you might have to change the direction that it's facing. Let's go here. This. That. Machine lock. Machine lock. Again, I like how it makes it more expensive and has a little bit more interactive to build it, which is nice. Okay, so you see the text went away. I right click this, and there we go. So this is basically the industrial version of the what's it called? Sluice that we built over there. Now the reason we built this kind of pit underneath here is the output for these is underneath. So the way that we're going to kind of automate these is once we get the ores in here, we're going to take these conveyor belts. Now they're directional, right? So this will output. Hey, Carmel, will you run and grab some ores for us to crush in this and test out? Sorry, I forgot. I just realized that's one thing I forgot. Thank you. Oh, dang it. I forgot. That's okay. We'll come back and we'll show this. So I'm going to put a chest here so that everything comes in here. Eventually, for right now, we can just do this. There we go. So you can do it at a corner like this with these conveyor belts, and they'll just go in. And we'll set up for this way for now, but later I'm going to put a chest here and a inserter, which is a little robotic arm, which looks awesome, but it also can put a filter because this will produce gravel, which then goes to this and turns into flint, and I'd rather have the gravel, so thank you. But we'll set that up eventually. For now, this will be fine. So we'll test this out so that we can see it working, and then off camera we'll set up the other side so we're producing twice as much. But then we can come in here. I'm going to dig down actually so we can see. These 3 spots here are the output. Excuse me. And so we just put the conveyors in here like this, and it will drop them down. Oh, that is twisted. There we go. Now, cover up the holes I made. Alright, and then we can take this. We can continue on over here, and if we place one up, it automatically connects up like that, which is nice. Then we can put a chest over here. So I think we're going to sleep, and then when we come back, we will well test this out. Hook up I get some solar panels up there. We'll hook up. All right, see you there. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna still on these chests right here. Of course, all this stuff came. Right. And put this here. Oh. All right. Oh. There we go. Energy cables down. All right. So for power, I've got these industrial Newell solar panels that we already had set up for the lathe. Just brought them over here. We'll use them for now. Eventually, we're going to set up a power plant, and we'll pipe power over to all these. But to use the magnetic craft machines use actually electricity, and it handles the voltage and wattage and a lot of stuff there that is really technical and pretty realistic, which is cool. But for us, we are just going to use part of magnetic craft has this RF transformer, which allows us to convert RF to volts to use in the machine. So setting this here, I right click on it, we can see there's no RF stored because it's automatically converting to volts. As soon as it gets all the way to the top, I think 120, see the RF starts storing up. It kind of acts as a little buffer battery. So the way that we connect these is we use these. You can use the electrical pipe and stuff from a magnetic craft, and that works just fine. Or you can also use these electric connectors. Like if I shift click there, and one here, and one here, you can actually just use this copper coil. I can add that, go here, go there, go there. So now, if we click on this, our volts are increasing here. Our joules, what we're actually able to store. It's got some power storage as well, here as well. And then where it's blue here on the sides, or just that one side. The blue here on the side, and then there's a blue in the top middle. That's our input. So we can probably, what we'll do is we'll pipe from over here. We'll come up and we'll dump into here, but we can manually place these now. So I'll put this iron ore in here, and it's going to start crushing it. So like what we did with the manual crusher, like I said, it's putting out this gravel, which we don't like. Like I said, we'll put a little buffer in here, so we can just take the gravel out instead of it turning into there. But see the gravel turn into flint, and we get the iron chunks out instead of the rocky iron chunks. Now, we should still be getting occasionally, there you go, we got some nickel dust. So we're still getting the nickel dust and whatnot, we're still getting the ore doubling. But now it's all automated. So, like I said, we'll pump stuff in here, filter it through, and automate it. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna double this other side over here, so we're getting twice as much out of this, and we might set up a few other machines here on this side, but kind of like this little aesthetic here with the industrial mill has these steel pillars and the columns and whatnot with the catwalks. But all right, that's it for this. We'll head over and look at some options for power generation.